We'll be starting with a game that is so similar that it can't be omitted from any list like this, Exit Fate. Exit Fate is about as close to Suikoden 1 and 2 as you can get. It's a fan-made, free game that takes various assets from Suikoden, adds their own, and is actually pretty high quality, surprisingly high quality. It has everything you'd expect from a Suikoden game, including quick turn-based combat, a story filled with politics, warring countries. It also has castle building, 75 characters to recruit. It may not be quite the quality of Suikoden, but it's definitely worth trying out. It's a game that is super obscure to any but the most devout of Suikoden fans and people that are looking for Suikoden games. It comes up a lot on this sort of list, and for good reason. It's actually pretty good, so definitely worth checking out. If you want a modern take on Suikoden, look no further than Aodun Chronicle 100 Heroes. It's a game from many of the original developers of Suikoden, and director and writer Yoshitaka Murayama's final gift to the world. There are a lot of opinions about this one. Some think it's good, some think it's, not as good. People don't think it's necessarily bad overall. A lot of the criticism is down to it being a little too similar to games of the past and the old Suikoden style. For fans, I think it might actually be a good thing. It has all of the different systems you would expect from a Suikoden game, given a nice flashy new coat of paint. But don't go into it expecting all of the quality of life updates from modern games. It has a lot of really old school things in it, such as save points. So this is a spiritual sequel, not just in identity, but in systems as well. Fans of Suikoden will find a lot to love here, and perhaps a new franchise to hold the torch. Hopefully they keep going and make a sequel. Alliance Alive is another game written by Yoshitaka Murayama, so you'll see some similarities in his writing style to the work he did on Suikoden. There are some interesting themes here too, with the world being controlled by daemons, and your character and party fighting for humanity, which makes it feel similar to the Rebels versus Empire feeling you get in Suikoden. As you play the game, you gain the ability to recruit characters, and although many of them can't fight in your party, you can assign them to guild towers. It's like a different form of town building where you can set up towers in different locations on the map. Alliance Alive has more of exploration and discovery to it. So while it does have a good amount of themes, similar to Suikoden, it also has its own charm, including a very unique art style. A good game for fans of Suikoden who want to see what Murayama has done with a different group of developers. Skies of Arcadia might not look that similar to Suikoden on the surface, but if you look below it, there are actually quite a few similarities. You have recruitable crew members that you can find throughout the game. Recruiting them gives various bonuses. You also have your own island in the sky that you can upgrade over time, so it has that base building mechanic a little bit. Then there are the themes in the games. You are pirates fighting against an oppressive regime in the Valuan Empire, so it also has that Rebels versus Empire sort of thing going on. Skies of Arcadia is one of those games that really deserves to be remade for modern audiences, because it has something special to it that you just don't get anywhere else, which is definitely something it shares with Suikoden. So Suikoden fans, definitely I think they'll like this game. Go check out Skies of Arcadia. And make sure it's the GameCube version, Skies of Arcadia Legends. Radiata Stories is another very unique game that shares similarities with Suikoden. One of those is in the huge cast of recruitable characters, and this one is a massive 175 different characters that you can recruit throughout the story. And a lot of them are very fun and unique, though obviously some get more screen time than others. And it also has a story that is a bit more grounded in war and politics, but it takes it in a new direction. It allows you to choose between siding with one side of the conflict or the other. So that is something that not a lot of games are willing to do, because it separates your game into two different halves that you won't play unless you go back and play it again. There's a fun mechanic in the game which allows you to kick stuff while you're walking around. It sounds really silly, and it actually is, but that opens up potential item discoveries and also lets you fight random characters so they get pissed off and attack you. Overall, it's a very fun game. I don't think it gets enough praise. Go check it out, Radiata Stories. Dino Coney 2 may be a little less obvious at first as to how it is similar, but actually has a lot of the same themes as Suikoden. You start during the outbreak of a rebellion, you end up having to build up your own kingdom. It culminates in many different battles that take place, Dino Coney having its own style of army battles, which is like a separate minigame. There are also over 100 different citizens that you can recruit for your kingdom, and there are a ton of different quests that you need to do in order to recruit those citizens, and some of them also unlock quests. There's an entire system within that where you give your citizens jobs, they're able to level up, gain ranks, and they have their own unique skills. Dino Coney 2 is one of those games that's really underrated, and I think it should be given a chance. The combat may be very different than Suikoden, but overall I think it has a lot there that Suikoden fans will enjoy. So those are a few games that will give you a decent starting point. There are, of course, other games that take certain things that Suikoden does and runs with it, but I wanted to give people a good place to start and a good mix of games that will give them something fresh and also something familiar for fans of Suikoden. Suikoden has always been one of my favorite series, so I appreciate every single person that also loves it. If you have any games that you think are also similar, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.